Dao De Jing Chapter 42, The Duality of the Tao and Its Paradoxical Nature. The Tao is unique and one, containing both the forces of Yin and Yang. When Yin and Yang come together, they create a balanced and harmonious state from which all things arise. All things grow in the direction of Yang while being rooted in Yin, and through the interplay of these forces, they form new harmonious entities. What people most despise are the terms solitary, desolate, and without nourishment, yet the kings and lords use these words to describe themselves. Thus, in all things, if you decrease something, it will increase. If you increase something, it will decrease. This is the way I have been taught, and it is how I teach others. Those who use force and violence will ultimately have no place to stand. I take this as my guiding principle for teaching. Key thoughts and philosophical insight. 1. The unity of Yin and Yang in the Tao Laozi introduces the concept of the Tao as containing both Yin and Yang, the fundamental forces of the universe. These two opposites are not in conflict, but rather complement each other. When they interact, they create a balanced state in which everything exists and grows. This is a core principle of Taoism. The world is governed by dualities that are interconnected and interdependent. The Tao brings these forces into harmony, allowing for the continuous cycle of creation and transformation in the natural world. 2. The paradox of increase and decrease. Laozi presents a paradoxical teaching. When something is decreased, it is actually increased, and when something is increased, it is diminished. This paradox challenges our conventional understanding of growth and success. We are often taught to strive for more wealth, more power, more control, but Laozi suggests that true growth comes from letting go, from embracing humility, and from understanding the balance between action and restraint. This idea aligns with the Daoist principle of Wu Wei, or effortless action, where the best course is often the one that requires the least force. 3. The king's use of humble terms. Laozi points out that what is often seen as undesirable terms like solitary, desolate, and without nourishment are precisely the terms that rulers use to describe themselves. This serves as a profound lesson in leadership. The greatest leaders do not seek power through force or self-importance, but rather through humility and a connection to the natural flow of the Tao. They recognize the value in being humble and grounded, and they lead not by domination, but by alignment with the natural order. 4. The consequences of force and violence. Laozi warns that those who use force, violence, or coercion will ultimately find themselves with no place to stand. This highlights another key theme in Taoism. Forceful actions often lead to their own downfall. True strength lies in restraint and in understanding the natural rhythms of life. Leaders and individuals who try to impose their will upon the world through aggression or domination are bound to face negative consequences, as their actions are out of alignment with the Tao. How Chapter 42 offers modern wisdom. In our modern world, this chapter offers a profound reflection on leadership, power, and the nature of success. In a society that often values aggression, competition, and control, Laozi reminds us that true strength lies in humility, restraint, and the ability to harmonize with the natural world. The paradox of increase and decrease invites us to reconsider our approach to success. Instead of always striving for more, we should also understand the importance of balance and letting go. In leadership, this chapter encourages a non-coercive approach where influence is gained through wisdom, humility, and alignment with natural forces, rather than through domination or force. The lesson is also relevant in personal growth. By learning to let go of our attachment to outcomes, we may find that we achieve greater success and fulfillment in the long run. The idea that force leads to downfall serves as a reminder for modern society, whether in politics, business, or personal life, that the use of force and aggression can often lead to unintended consequences. True power comes from alignment with the natural flow, not from imposing one's will on the world. Chapter 42 presents the Tao as a unified force that contains both yin and yang, and it highlights the paradoxes inherent in the Daoist worldview. Laozi teaches that true growth comes from balance and humility, not from force or striving for more. The greatest leaders understand the value of restraint and align themselves with a natural order, recognizing that those who use force will ultimately have no place to stand. The paradox of increase and decrease encourages us to reconsider our approach to success and to seek harmony rather than domination. The Tao guides us to act with humility and wisdom and to embrace the natural flow of life.